Okay, wiping my eyes. Still in bed, just listening to My Dear Hamilton right now, and just got to the point where Philip was shot. It's like, even when you know what's going to happen, because it happened actually in history, it can still really get to you. So, anyways, yes, this book has brought me to tears. Just wanted to check in and embarrass myself. So, anyways, back to the book and then on to my day. Okay, Alexander just died. Ah! Hi, I'm Kimberly. I'm the audiobook reader, and welcome to another week's reading vlog. Okay, it is January 23rd, Saturday, and I just walked my cute little fur babies. Well, they're not mine, but they are for the time that I walk them. Anyways, I got to walk the little pups, and now I'm off to my library. I don't think I'm going to go to the coffee shop today. I know, shocker, but sometimes it happens. So I will check in later. So, I was able to pick up, I was able to pick up a few books. So I got The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which is still one of my January TBR Battleship games. So we'll see if we'll get to it. I have a week left. That, and I have one other book for my Leadership Academy book club, which is on Tuesday. So definitely gonna have to get that done in the next couple of days. And then I got Toni Morrison, A Mercy, which is going to be my library's book club book for February. And Ohio has just recognized Toni Morrison Day, which is February 18th, which is also her birthday, which was the day that we were planning on meeting before. So it seems appropriate that we're going to read a Toni Morrison book. I will read it and listen. So the last book I picked up was Cursed. This is the book 2 in the Alex Versus world, and I'm excited for this. So I'm hoping I can get this on my February TBR. If not, I'll just probably read it. Because I really enjoyed the first one and I want to keep going on with the series. So with that said, I got my 3 books, and any hoosers, I am gonna go home. I have, I think, like 2.5 hours left of My Dear Hamilton. Can't stop crying with it. But I would like to really finish that today, and there's a video that I would like to film. So we'll see if I get that done as well. Oh, and I need to post last week's vlog. Busy day. And that's just my work world busy. Alrighty, bye. All right, I'm back. It's Saturday afternoon and early evening, and I just finished My Dear Hamilton by Stephanie Dray and Laura Kamoy. It was narrated by Cassandra Campbell. Loved her narration. I'll probably put it in here, but there was one line when I was watching it or reading it while I was listening to it, and noticed that instead of saying Aaron Burr, she said Alexander Burr.
Coroner's jury. Alexander Burr, Esquire, Vice President of the United States, is guilty of the murder of Alexander Hamilton.
So, I don't know. I think since I listened to and read along with My Husband's Secret, I'm now like, what Easter eggs can I find where the narration doesn't match up with the written word? Anyways, thoughts on My Dear Hamilton. I very, very much enjoyed it. It probably could have been a little bit shorter. And I also really, really enjoyed the author's notes at the very end of the book. where they went over where they took liberations or speculations, or where they took history and kind of like combined some areas in some years, things like that. So I definitely enjoyed listening to that. I know it's historical fiction and we don't have lots of information about Eliza Hamilton in her own words. From about the point where Philip passed away or was killed, I like couldn't stop crying. Probably has to also do with me just being an emotional person. But I did really, really enjoy it. I am super glad that it was part of my Battleship TBR game, because I think it would have been one of those books that I like want to read but just never quite pick up. So super glad that I picked up that, and super glad that Cassandra Campbell was the narrator, because I love her narration style. If you like historical fiction, would suggest this book. I don't know what I'm going to do right now. There's like 1,000 things I could go do. Start a new book, or film a video, edit a video, get a video up, dust, do laundry. The world's my oyster. I can do a lot. I'll keep you posted, maybe, because we all know how well I am at updates. So I will see you later. Hi, it is Sunday, and I am about to go walk doggies. And for a quick update, I think I said yesterday I finished my Dear Hamilton, loved it. I filmed another video. I wasn't planning on this one, but it just looked like so much fun. It's the BookTube Spin Challenge. And I got that done and edited. And then, so today I started a new audiobook last night, A Stolen Kingdom. And I can't pronounce the author or narrator's name at the moment, but I will listen to their names again. So hopefully I pronounce it somewhat correctly. Anyways, this book, I am enjoying it a whole lot more than I thought I was going to. This is actually one of my February books. I'm just totally skipping one of my January. I have 2 more January books and I wasn't feeling like reading them. So I'm doing a February one, and this is for that book Read Your Bookshelf. I can never say it. Anyways, from Happy Reader, and it was read a book with red on the cover. So this is A Stolen Kingdom. It's an Aladdin retelling. It's definitely young adult. It's going by really fast, and I'm enjoying it more than I actually thought I was going to. I love storybook retellings. So I will pop in later after I finish the book and let you know all about it. Hi, so it's Tuesday evening, January 21st, 26th, and yeah, I was just gonna pop on real quick. I have finished a few books, A Stolen Kingdom, Emotional Intelligent 2.0, and I'm almost done with The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. So I am going to write all my thoughts down for kind of figure out where I am with everything, and then I'll pop on probably tomorrow and discuss. So I just wanted to do a quick update because sometimes I forget for a few days. But other than that, you know, just same old work, read, dishes, laundry. I don't know. Hi, so it's Friday evening. I did not vlog much this week as my life doesn't really change apparently. But I did get a few books done, and I really can't remember which ones I talked about. So the first one I'm going to talk about is A Stolen Kingdom. It's by Bethany Atazadeh and narrated by Murphy Napier, who is actually a YouTuber, and I'll link her information down below. So in this book, we are actually not following Jasmine and Aladdin. We are following Ari, and I think his name's Caden. I can't remember. Ari lives in a time and in a palace and in a place where she finds out she has a forbidden ability that women aren't supposed to have, and neighboring king, Jafar, wants to end up marrying her and starts using his powers to try and manipulate her kingdom. And so she runs off and finds a street rat, and it's a fun retelling of Aladdin without just retelling Aladdin. There is a genie involved, but it's different, but still the same. So I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to. The narrator, I love her YouTube channel, so I'm probably going to be like a little bit more biased. At times, so I did enjoy her narration. At times, I had a hard time telling the difference between her female character and her male character. Not all the time, but sometimes I was like, oh wait, who am I listening to? But otherwise, I really enjoyed it. I do listen to most of my books at a higher speed, just because it helps keep me interested in it. Sometimes it's too slow. So definitely had to listen to her at a higher speed. But if you like fairy tale retellings, I would suggest this book. Another book I finished this week was Emotional Intelligence 2.0 by Travis Bradberry and Jean Gravis. And this one I read and listened to the audiobook at the same time, and Tom Perks read it. He did an amazing job. I don't think I've ever heard him narrate a book before, but I very much enjoyed his narration. And this book goes over emotional intelligence, or as they call it, EQ, and how it's always been kind of considered a soft science or soft emotion, or soft science, but they go through some of the science and some of the research that has been done that really shows how you can grow your emotional intelligence, which then can help you further in life and just be able to interact with people better. I recommend this book too. It's nonfiction, obviously, so not usually a typical booktube book that we talk about, but if you have to deal with people, it's definitely interesting. Okay, so the third book I read was The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab and narrated by Julia Whelan. And I did love this book. I knew I was probably going to love this. I really thought I was going to love this book because it just sounded like a timeline and a type of story, the magic realism that I like in general. So, and just hearing some of the other reviews that I've heard about it, I figured I was going to like it, and I did. The narrator, I think, did a really great job. There was just every now and then, so because she starts off in France, 300 years ago, and then 300 years later, she's someplace else, and she even says that she loses her French accent. So she does a nice job at kind of losing the French accent, but sometimes it kind of goes back and forth a little bit, and the storyline goes back and forth. So sometimes I notice that a little bit, but in all reality, I couldn't have narrated it as well as she did. So, definitely really enjoyed it. There was just one little part of the book, and it was partly a relationship between Luke, the dark god, and Addie, that sometimes bothered me. But I'm not going to say it in case it doesn't bother you. But there was parts that just sometimes made me tense up a little bit. But other than that, I loved it for what it was, and just liked the story, and I loved the characters. I loved how Addie grew, and I loved how Henry grew. So yeah. Right now I'm in the middle of another book called Stepsister by Jennifer Donnelly and narrated by Jane Entwistle. I'm saying her name wrong. So I wasn't sure if I had heard Jane narrate before, so I went and looked her up, and actually I have heard her in several books. I think part of the reason why I didn't quite recognize her voice is I'm listening to this at a faster speed, and the other book, the other couple books that I listened to were at normal speed, I think. But she also narrated Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie by, Flavia Luce Mistry. I'm not going to say, anyways. So, but Stepsister, it's a Cinderella retelling. So I guess I was in a fairy tale kind of mood this week, but this was one of the books that my librarian recommended to me, and it had a little bit of a slower start for me, but it's really picking up and I'm really enjoying it right now. So this, the first chapter is basically where the prince comes to try and find his true love with the glass slipper, and the two ugly stepsisters are trying on the glass slipper, but to make it fit, they cut off her toes or the heel or something like that. And of course, the prince finds out, and then Cinderella comes down and they go live off happily ever after. And now we're following the stepsisters' lives. And just, why are they so mean, and, things like that. And so, yeah, it's cute. They're kind of on an adventure, so I'm enjoying it. At first, I was having a really hard time getting into it, and I don't know if that was just because I still wasn't feeling great, and there was just a lot going on with work this week and things like that, so that might have been part of the reason as well, and I was just tired. But anyways, I'm about halfway through, so I guess we'll have to wait next week to find out how I liked it. But yeah, so otherwise this week I just got home from book club. And for book club, so for February's book club, we're going to read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. It was my turn to pick, and I really wanted, so I picked that book. But for our January pick, that was Fated by Benedict Jacka. So that was fun to talk about tonight. And I think I like it even more than I did when, before, because they brought up some really good points and things like that, and I am really, really excited. I have Cursed, it's right over there, to start. So maybe I'll get to that in February. We shall see. But this is a really long clip. Okay, one thing I did forget that I did this week is I had some dry ice, and I've never really been able to play with dry ice before, and so I got to play with some dry ice, and I tried to have it go down the stairs, things like that. I'll enter in a little clip here so you can see some of the videos, but it was fun. Like I said, it's Friday evening, so I'm going to close out this vlog and I'll start the new one. Things to look forward to this coming week is I have that BookTube spin, so I'm excited to see what book we'll be picking to read for February and March. And I have my Battleship TBR, so I still have to film that. But I'm really excited. So I changed it up a little bit for this month. Hopefully for the good. Anyways, okay, I'm rambling now, so I'm gonna get going. But I hope you had a great week. Alrighty, I will talk to you later. Bye. Oh, it's snowing. Ends up, she gets a. Okay, it's Sunday. Ooh, excuse me. already said bye.